Magnus, this is an instructive position in the rook versus pawn in the game. Okay, if it is black to play, then black can easily win. Move the king to g2, black king to g2. And if the pawn is going forward, move the pawn a4, and black king can come f3. And the pawn cannot move forward, right? He need king support. So king b4, then king d5, king e4, and this is not winning. Now he can move the pawn one step, and we can move our king, and he can move the king, and our king can give check. Okay, even he is playing king g3, play king g3. Now he cannot win. I mean, king b6, he cannot win. Now move our rook to rook h2. See, it's not winning for the white player. He can push the pawn to a6. Okay, he can push the pawn. Now we are going to give check. Rook b2 check, and king has to go away, right? If he's going there, then king c7. Okay, and it's completely winning. You believe it or not, it's a completely winning position. Now he can go to king h1, go to king h1. Now we can, I mean, king a8, we can go to king b6, king b6, attacking the pawn. Now he can come to, no, then he will lose the pawn. He has to move the pawn one step. Now we can move the rook and take the pawn. Move the rook, and we can take the pawn. It's an easy win, correct?
Yes.
And we are going to see the next technique. So we saw that if we are playing black to play and we are playing king g2, and we can easily stop the pawn.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
With the coordination of king and rook, we can easily stop the pawn. And if it is white to play, then there are some ways to go wrong and some ways to go correct. Okay, for example, if he is moving the king to b4, now it's a draw. Okay, move the king back. But if he is moving the pawn one step forward, move a4, now he cannot repair the pawn. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to move our rook one step up. Yeah, and we are going to do the cutoff. Now we are going to stop the king coming into the game. Okay, and we are going to activate our own king. If he is trying to make the pawn queen, move the pawn up. We are going to move our king. Again, he is moving the pawn. Now we can easily catch the pawn. Move the rook towards the pawn. Yeah, yes. Now king cannot come and stop the pawn, right? White king is far away, right?
Yes.
So he is playing a7, and rook can go and catch the pawn. Go and catch the pawn through the backside. That's a very good technique. Okay, go back. But here, if he played king b4, and he can make a draw. White player can make a draw. We can play king g2, play king g2. He can play a4, and we can play king f3. He can play a5. Okay, and king has to come to d5. Now we can push the pawn. We can push the pawn. Okay, and king has to cross that line, right? That time we will move our king, our pawn also down, and we will try to make a queen. If he is not moving that king into the line, or he is moving the rook also, it's a draw only. You can analyze and find out. Okay, king e4, and king d5, king d5. Yeah, now we can come to king g4, king b5, and it's draw only now. He is giving the check by coming to king d6. Now king b6, and it's draw only. Okay, even he is trying to do our last time checkmate technique, like last time checkmate. No, go to the rook h1, h2. I mean a7, a7, even a7, pawn a7, white pawn a7. No, move the rook to h1. Yeah, now a7. Yeah, see, now he can give check. Now we can guide there, and he cannot come to f3. King f3, he cannot come. Why he cannot come to king f3? He cannot come. Why? Because of the queening technique. Yeah. If he is going to king f2, then he can win, right? Then he could win, right? He will easily win, right? So that rook a8 was a nice try. Go back. Now go. Yeah, here it's a tricky situation. Now how white player can make the draw? By not by moving the king to h2, but he can go to king g2. Play king g2. Yeah. Now it's a draw. Okay. If he is trying to attack him from king b1, I mean rook b1. Yeah. Now we can go to king c8. Okay, and when he is coming now, it's a draw only. Okay, you can analyze and find out. If he is playing, for example, if he is playing even, yeah, that we can move our king to b. Okay, now he can play king e2, king d7, king d7 he can try. Now we can move the pawn. When he is giving the check, you check, we are going to hide inside king a8. Okay, now it's a stalemate. We are trying to do the stalemate. Okay, if he is moving the rook, we are going to come out. Yeah, yes, if he is moving the rook out, we are going to move there and it's a draw. Okay, go back. Let's see. Go back to the starting position. So here in this position, if it is black to play, black can easily win. If it is white to play, white can go wrong by moving the pawn. Move the pawn to a4 and we can win by cutoff technique. Correct? Rook h4 cutoff technique. Correct? Yes. And move the rook back. If it is move the pawn also back. If it is his turn, then king g5, white can make a draw. I mean king b4, king b4, white can make a draw. b4, white can make a draw. Now he can bring the king, king g2, correct. Now pawn a4, and it's draw only.